do up 20 happy years.
All right, welcome back to the Rest Area Podcast. I'm here joined by
Nick,
Hurston.
And yeah, let's get started on today then. You got anything for us or?
well, I want to talk about jobs. I just got a new job and everything. We're still working with JM, but I also got my job back at the Alamo Draft House, which is a movie theater where you can eat and stuff, as a cook. So yeah, that's been pretty interesting actually.
How is it like working again, like there, like actually working, not like JM?
It's a good change of pace, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I've missed like the high pace environment. Like just there's like, since I still remember a lot of stuff from the kitchen, like I'm still like kind of running around like relearning shit. So that's been pretty fun actually.
So you had told me that it was like slow the other day.
Oh, dude.
But I was in my head. I forgot that like, because when in our job, when you say it's slow, it's like, damn, we're not making any money.
Yeah.
But at least when your job, like when it's slow, at least you're still getting fucking paid for it.
Yeah, exactly. Like yesterday, since it was Sunday, since the Cowboys played yesterday.
Cowboys win the Super Bowl 2019.
Yes.
There's like max 60 people all day. Like,
yeah.
If that, man.
Yeah, that's how it is everywhere. Like my friends all work in restaurants, and when they work on Sundays, I'm like, damn, y'all got hoed because like there's no one gonna be there.
I was one of those 60 people. I went to Alamo Draft House yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But
at that closer
at that specific location, the Los Colinas location.
Yeah.
It's like especially slow there. When I first started, like they told me like, oh yeah, this is probably like the slowest location.
Oh, you're working at the one over there by the Toyota factory, right? That's where we
music
went.
Factory.
That's where we went to watch Ma.
Yeah. But, watch what?
Fucking Ma.
Ma.
Oh.
Don't let me drink alone. Don't let me drink alone.
Bro, that movie's so corny.
But yeah, it is. It's pretty slow, honestly. It's not what I remember.
Well, it's because I feel like the Cedars gets super fucking packed.
No, yeah, it does. Yeah, because it's downtown and everything. Yeah, that one's pretty slow.
Well, and parking too, because I know that place is like ass with parking.
And then Saturday, like even though like it just released, it
just released.
Yeah, Saturday there was like a either convention or some type of event that day
at the Toyota Center.
Yeah, and like all the parking was taken, so a lot of people couldn't park.
Yeah, that's how it is there.
Yeah, so it was like everything was like cut in half basically.
That sucks. Did y'all watch the It movie?
Yeah, we saw it. We saw it the night before, like it released for everybody. It was cool.
How about you, Darson?
I watched it yesterday.
What's your thoughts on it?
It's a long ass movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's good.
What's your favorite part about it?
What aspect? This part at the very end. I don't know.
Without saying too many spoilers.
Yeah.
It was creepy, and I like the amount of creepy that it had. Like the graphics for it was like pretty convincing.
Yeah.
I kind of like the nostalgia factor of it.
Well, for you, yeah.
Well,
I never watched. Did you watch the original ones?
No, I just watched the first one. I'm talking about like the friend group.
He's called him old.
He's older.
I'm talking about like in the movie, like how they were like looking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I got you.
I like how it kept like cutting back and forth, like the new scenes and everything for the kids.
How it blended and shit like that. My favorite part about it was honestly, it had to be how funny it was.
It was really funny.
Because it was honestly probably the best comedy of this year, without being comedy. Because the jokes that they like hit, well, mainly Bill Hader. Obviously, he's gonna be the comedic relief. He's a comedian.
Yeah.
But like, he was hilarious, and so it was just a good icebreaker always. That and the acting was just always on point between the kids and the older versions themselves.
Man, the casting they did on that's insane.
Like when they did, never mind. That's no, it's in the trailer. It's in the trailer when they do the face blends where it shows the kids and going into the adults. Like I'm like, damn, bro, this looks like they put them in the time machine and this is them in the future.
Yeah, especially what's his name? The guy with the curly hair.
Oh, Stan.
Yeah, Stan.
Yeah,
like they got it on point.
Stan and then what's Eddie?
Yeah.
Yeah, him.
Is it the guy with the asthma?
Yeah,
that guy was funny.
He's afraid of germs and shit.
Yeah, he was funny.
It was good. It was real good. Highly recommend it.
What would you rate it out of 10?
Like a good 8 or 9.
You?
I give it a 7.5.
Really?
What would you rate higher, the first or this one?
Man, I think I might have liked the first one a little bit better.
I think that's everyone's like opinion that the first one was better, but this is a really good, like, strong second film.
Yeah. It's solid.
I mean, it easily could have been crappy because a lot of times when they do a sequel to a film that's like super good, they just do it for the cash grab.
Yeah,
and they put no effort into it. And
this was literally like a long story.
It's a good ass saga, kind of like The Hobbit and shit, like something that you want to watch all day. This will take you, 6 hours of the day to watch.
Yeah, dude, the show was good. I really enjoyed it. We had watched it, so the employee screening was like at 12:45 at night, and we didn't get out till like 3:45. Like, the show was fucking long.
Yeah. I went in at 9 for my show, and I got out like at 12.
I was like checking my phone. I was like, "Fuck, dude, it's late. It's kind of going long."
Yeah, it was kind of long.
I wanted to get drunk while I was watching it, but then at the same time I was like, nah. Maybe I'll watch it a second time. It'll help the time go by faster. But
I couldn't even like eat anything, or drink anything because the kitchen was closed by then.
Yeah. Speaking of getting drunk, I got pretty fucked up on Friday.
For real?
Where?
You ever been to this place called the Quarter Bar?
Like Nick drunk?
Well, I got crossfaded.
Oh, okay.
So it was pretty fucked. But it was. Have you been to Quarter Bar?
I haven't been there. Where's that at?
It's in Uptown, off of McKinney.
Okay.
But
I probably have been there then, but I don't remember the name of it.
This bar is really weird because I've never been there, but it's a homies of a homies is a bartender.
Mm-hmm.
So we went there, and it was really weird, really weird.
It was really weird.
It was really weird because when we go in, it was like the Assassin's Creed settings, like they have these weird buildings that were just designed for you to climb.
Oh, okay.
And so like
you started climbing shit.
Yeah, I started climbing everything. No, but like the rooms and shit were like weird. Like I don't know, it was like different level. Like every room you would go into would be either you're going down or up, like a huge step, and then in the middle there's like stairs and stuff.
Was it like cool though?
It was it was cool looking. It was like it was like that what's that design? The Renaissance kind of design and shit inside. But anyway, we go inside, and then my homie's like, "Oh yeah, the bartender could hook it up for us because we hook it up for him at like our place because that's how they do it." So we go inside, and then
industry courtesy.
He just kind of gives us a green. Have you had green tea shots before?
No.
Those are good. They're real good. This is like you don't taste any alcohol.
Okay.
It's like a Vegas bomb, but like a little subtle. Vegas bombs are the best. They're expensive
It's like Red
too.
Bull to me.
Yeah, it's just sweet Red Bull.
Okay.
With Malibu. A bunch of shit in there, but by the time what's it called? But by the end of the night, I had like probably like 6 shots, free shots too, and then I had a couple revolvers, like 2 or 3 on draft. Revolvers are really good.
They are.
And
I love revolver.
I had a couple cocktails, and then my one of our homies pulled up, and he brought one of those pens, like the THC pens, but his was weird because his had so instead of being a dab, which is like the wax, his pen it vaporizes weed. So you open the bottom and you stuff weed in there, and then you close it.
It's a dry vape.
And then but the cool thing about it is you smoke it, and then it turns the weed into like hash.
Oh shit!
And then you can smoke the hash too.
That's really cool.
Wow! So you can like double smoke that shit.
Like I don't even smoke, and I think that's cool.
Yeah, but the thing is that shit was loud as fuck, and so we were well, he hit it a couple times and they passed it around, and I was like, man, fuck it, I've been wanting to smoke anyway. So then I hit it once, and honestly I didn't take a big hit because usually dab pens, if you hit them pretty hard, like they'll fuck you up. So I didn't know it was just a weed pen, but it was loud, and I was like, what the fuck, this is like, it smells like straight up like a joint, like someone just rolled up a joint and smoked that bitch up right there, sparked it up. And then, so our homie who was our bartender, like he was on the other side, and then the manager came and he's like, who's smoking weed in here? And his name's X. He's like the only black guy in our group, and he was like, oh, it was me. And he's like, you gotta get the fuck out of here. And he was like, oh shit, for real? He's like, yeah. He's like, I can't just like put it up. And he's like, nah, you gotta get out of here. And he was like, and then our other friend was like, nah, just go put it in the car, like go leave it in the car. He's like, well, can I finish my drink? He's like, well, I mean, finish it now. And he's like, you gotta get out of here. He's like, for real? He's like, what if I go put in my car and like, that's it? Because I mean, most places they're chill enough to where they're like, that's not cool here.
But it makes sense.
No, it does make sense. But it was funny because we're all like, what the fuck? He's like, fuck you, you hold us. And like when he left, we're like, man, he fucking hold us. And then when he when he came back, we're like, nah, bro, they hoed you, bro. Like, and we were all kind of blaming him, but like I was like, hey, bro, like I know we're talking shit about him, but I hit the pen too. And everyone was like, no, yeah, we all hit it. So I was like, okay, I was like, all right, cool. But we just went downstairs, and then, because it was 2 bars, and we went downstairs, we drank there, and then he got kicked out again.
Wow.
Yeah. But I mean, it was a good night. By that time, it was like 1 o'clock, so I'm like, it's time to go home anyway.
I was with a homie that got kicked out of a bar this weekend, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For what?
Being just belligerent and just
being drunk.
Like, being really drunk and like punching the table and stuff like that. It was pretty bad.
Were we all drinking or what?
Well, he pre-gamed pretty damn hard, man. He had taken like 8-9 shots before showing up, and then he just started banging back beers at the bar, and he just got very emotional. He got really emotional because of some drama that happened, and then he just let his emotions get the better of him, and then he started like banging on the freaking tables and stuff, and then I see a security guard come out of nowhere, and he's on his headset like communicating with other security guards, and then all of a sudden there's like 6 of them around us telling him that he has to get out. And like there was this other guy we had just met, and he was being like all Dr. Phil and shit, like just talking in his ear and stuff.
Oh, wow.
And then like the security guards are telling him like, all right, you need to like let go of him and get off of him and stuff. And he got off of him, and then like they wanted to like grab him, and I'm like, no, I'll take him. And I pulled my friend in, and we just got out the bar. And then I struggled to get him in the damn car, bro. He did not want to leave.
One time one of my friends tried to overpower me.
Oh wow.
And you know what? This friend wasn't even a friend. It was Nick. He was wasted at a party dancing in the middle of a circle, and they were hitting like a shoot. Yeah. And then Nick was drunk. He was like trying to shoot, and I was like, all right, bro, like let's go. And like, his friends were trying to go too, so I grabbed Nick, and he tried to like. He swim moved me, and I just got in front of him. I was like, "Nope, let's go." And I picked him up a little bit. I was like, "Nope, let's go." And I picked him up. And
I vaguely remember.
And then I put him in his car, and he did not. He was like fighting it. I was like, "Bro, like, get in your car, like please, don't be a child." Nick's a child. He's like he goes from a 21-year-old man to like a 6-year-old kid when he's drunk.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I was having fun.
I mean, you were playing beer pong with Fort Loco.
Oh yeah.
So I know you were having fun.
Man, we need to go to a brewery again.
Man, we need White Claws back.
Some Trulies.
They're gone.
Really?
Well, there's a shortage of White Claws.
What about Truly?
Because everybody loves White Claws.
Yeah, but Truly's not White Claws.
Isn't like
it's the same.
Isn't
shit.
like
it's not White Claw.
Isn't everybody making like alcoholic seltzer now?
Yeah, they are. But like White
Claw's a White Claw.
You can get White Claw because you're like, oh, it's an alcoholic seltzer. Like,
yeah.
Nah, like you're getting White Claws because it's hype. I'm gonna be honest here.
Yeah.
But I like them too. I'm not getting them because I don't like them. But I'm not gonna go out and get like the Corona version of the fucking seltzer.
They came out with some.
Yeah, they came out with some shit. And
I don't like seltzer in general.
Well, I like it just because it tastes so like it's a perfect like pregame almost.
It is.
And it's just easy to put down and shit.
It's
like,
really easy to put.
Did y'all hear about the frat?
No.
There's a frat house that bought like $77.5K worth of fucking.
What the fuck?
White Claws. They bought like a pallet. I don't know if it was a meme or if it was real or what, but they're like, damn, this is why there's no more claws.
The claw?
Ain't no laws when you drinking claws.
Was it clawed up, brother?
Clawed up, brother. I don't like it because I said it once around Oscar at work, a coworker of ours. Yeah, and he posted it the next day like on Instagram. I was like, bro, if you didn't drink claws with me, you can't take my saying.
We're not Claw Brothers.
We're not Claw Brothers.
The claw bond is strong.
Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna get that tatted on my forehead.
Well, that's gonna be your next Instagram caption.
Like Post Malone, like he has the fucking the fucking tattoos across his head. I'm gonna get just White Claw.
Just get a actual White Claw tattooed on your face.
Did y'all listen to the album of Post Malone?
No, I saw like comments and shit about like him putting Ozzy Osbourne on.
That song is a good song.
I haven't heard anything of it.
I haven't listened to it yet.
For real? Damn, I'm surprised.
I only listened to like the single he released last week.
The Circles.
I haven't listened to any Post Malone recently, actually.
Yeah, that was okay. That like tone that he went for in that song is like the whole album.
Okay.
So I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say it's bad. It's just not my cup of tea. He had like 2 good songs on there that I liked. That I probably like. That I liked on my phone.
Probably check it out at some point.
It's okay. Yeah, it's not bad.
If I work today, I'll listen to it. I haven't really worked.
Yeah.
Well, you took Friday off, right? So
I took
Friday, Saturday,
off,
Sunday.
Saturday, Sunday.
I'm
And
not,
on top of that, I've just been spending a lot of money too.
I'm not gonna try to work today. For JM.
Same. I've been spending a lot of unnecessary money.
Bro.
Same.
Dude, I haven't spent any money.
Yeah, because you're working over there.
It's crazy. Like, I've had the same amount of money since Wednesday or something. Dude, it's like, what the fuck?
I feel like that's never happened to me. That's an anomaly for me.
Like, I keep looking at my bank account, like, expecting, like, most of it to be gone. I was like, oh, shit.
I'm usually good at like keeping my money, but I've just been spending it a lot.
The most I've spent is, like, after work going to, like, Bar Louie or, like, another bar, like, around the Alamo.
I've been to Bar Louie.
So, yeah.
It started with Labor Day weekend for me. Like, everybody was off, and I just wanted to go hang out with people. And I just kept on going into this weekend.
You haven't worked since, like, Monday?
No, I worked 2 days this past week. I think I was with Joe, one of them.
Yeah, I think so.
I went, on a 2-hour trip last week, so I didn't even, like, get the check for it. And then I'm going to work Wednesday, Thursday.
You should do it to where you, like, work a couple times a week and then get the check at the end of the month.
That's what I'm going to do.
That'd be good.
Because we get paid, I think, this week for last week, like, for, like, the last 2 weeks. But I only had 16 hours last 2 weeks because I just started.
Yeah.
So that's going to be, like, nothing. And then hopefully JM, like, we get some good trips. Wednesday, Thursday.
It sucks now for me because I just started making a lot of money there because I was working, like, all week. Like, I was working, like Saturdays and Fridays and sometimes Sundays, but for like 6 days out the week I was working and I was making pretty decent checks. But now, with like the Cowboys playing and shit like that, like I want to enjoy I like enjoying my Sundays.
Yeah.
So with them playing and shit, and especially like we started off so well yesterday. Did you watch the game?
I watched the highlights.
Yeah, like we started off a little slow, but then they scored. Once the Giants scored, we were like, nah, fuck that. And then we took off on them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Zeke, he didn't do shit, but it's because he's been in Cabo. And so, like, there's, like, being in shape, and then there's, like, football shape. And football shape is way different than being in shape. You just have to get used to it. So, they're saying by week 3, he should start having, like, a breakout season.
Okay.
But
he scored, though, right?
He scored one. Yeah, it was a cheeky thing. He got, like, 50 yards, I think, and
so did they, like, figure out his contract thing, or what?
Yeah, they paid him. They paid him. I think it's $103 million for 8 years total.
Okay.
But only 55 of it is guaranteed. So if we want to get rid of him, like let's say he sucks within the next 8 years, they can just pay him out the 55.
Only 55 million?
Only.
Jeez.
But that's the highest paid guaranteed money for a running back ever in the NFL history.
He wanted that, right?
Yeah, that's what he wanted to get paid. Honestly though, we got a good deal for 8 years. And then we still have money left over for Dak, and then Dak threw for over 405 yards with 4 touchdowns. That's crazy.
That was crazy.
So how does that work exactly? Like
what?
How much does it get paid like every year? Like is it like every year like
it'll divide
an amount of it?
It'll divide it evenly, so it's
okay.
distributed amongst 8 years.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but did you like Dak's throws, bro?
Yeah, man, I was impressed.
They were on fucking point.
I was impressed. He looked really good out there.
Yeah, and then people are saying it has a lot to do with Kellen Moore.
Okay.
Our offensive coordinator, you know him?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're saying because they're like moving a lot before the snap. They were trying to confuse the defense, but New York's defense is pretty ass.
I'm excited we play the Patriots this year.
Yeah.
Man.
Everyone's saying we're gonna lose that game already.
No, we're not. We're gonna be win.
Do we never play them or what?
We play them once every like 3 years, maybe.
Really?
But yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, it's rare.
Why is that?
Just the way scheduling works.
Okay.
Because we every year eight games of every year are your division. So we're gonna play Eagles, Redskins, and Giants.
Okay.
A total of 8 times, 2 games each.
Okay.
So we play them, and then the other 8 games would be like just a random, like
Just random
every other team in the NFL.
Okay.
So I think if you got 32 teams in the NFL and you're already taking up 8 games, then you only have so many times you can play another opponent.
Okay.
So like just the way it works. It's just the way it works.
That makes sense. Okay. What's called I don't know. I wasn't gonna say anything.
The only thing I don't like about like Cowboys winning, they don't give their the props to the Cowboys when they win. Have you noticed that, Jerson?
What do you mean? This is
That's
our
always
year.
true.
This is our year, man.
It's because I swear, like all the main like announcers, most of them are Cowboy haters, man. Like in all the
A lot of people hate the
ESPN and
Cowboys.
stuff. Yeah.
But it's America's team.
It is America's team. Who would is there anyone that you hate specifically? Like not hate, but like you just hate when they talk.
Joe.
Stephen A. Smith, man,
For real?
That
But
guy's
he's
the
giving
biggest
he's giving a lot of
Cowboy
props to the Cowboys.
kind of has been this year.
Doesn't Troy Aikman like hate the Cowboys?
No, he talks a lot of shit though.
Mm-hmm.
I think he just feels so. I mean, I kind of would feel the same because just the empire and dynasty that he built in the '90s, and just like kind of that just that pride that he had back then, and the pride that you had being a Cowboys fan back in the '90s. You know, like, and then now it's kind of like, oh well, we're content with being average for 24 years. You know, we haven't won since '95.
But this is our year.
No, yeah, honestly, if any year was our year, it is this year. If there was ever to be a year for us, it'd be this year. I know this sounds like I'm just like,
That's what we always say.
yeah, like I'm always saying it, but this is our year.
Dude, I really want to go to one of the away games this year, man. I'm really trying to go to that Philly game, or
Have you looked at tickets for that?
What?
Have you looked at tickets
I did.
for
I
that?
have looked at tickets. They're kind of pricey.
They're very pricey.
Then you gotta consider the flight out there at that time. I want a shot? I don't have anything to drink, but
I'm good.
On our 10th podcast, which is probably the last episode of this like season, I guess. Before we decide, we just gotta discuss like scheduling and how we're gonna do it. Take a little, not a huge break, probably like a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But on our last podcast, we're just gonna drink every time. Every time we get dull and quiet,
Took a shot.
take a shot.
That's just gonna be every 5 minutes. We're boring as shit.
We are pretty boring. But then we'll loosen up. Whoa!
Nick will start dancing.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump on the table.
Get blacked out.
On this very sturdy table that I built.
This is like the 8th time you dropped that, and it's the 8th episode.
Also? Oh, you mean the table that I built?
Yeah.
And that I could build for other people if they wanted me to?
Hey, you plug yourself in. To all our 5 listeners.
I'll plug in my brand too, Procrastination Wear. I'm gonna be dropping a new shirt pretty soon. Throw it up right now. And look, it's already up. You can't see it, but they can see it. Alright, that's my plug.
Yeah.
What'd you guys do this past weekend?
Well, we already talked about that.
Did we? 'Cause
I
I didn't talk about what I did. Did you
I
talk
did.
about what
I
you
did.
I just worked.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I
Okay,
worked.
never mind.
I
Oh,
worked,
well-
came home, slept.
Well, actually, Sunday I went to a soccer game. And
Which one?
My friends play
Okay.
in a league, and I started going because
Are they good?
Kind of, yeah. Well, I started going just because I was bored on Sunday mornings,
Mm-hmm.
like because they play pretty early, like at 12, and then after that we'll do brunch or some shit. So I was like, you know what, I'll just go like support or whatever. So
Yeah.
like I went. This is my 4th game going, and the game before my first time going, they lost. And then they went on a 3-game win streak, but those were the first 3 games I went to. They're like, Joe, you gotta come back every week because we're winning with you when you come. But this 4th time they lost. They lost yesterday.
Overall.
But she was like
Was it intense?
emotions were high, yeah, because they started wanting to fight and shit, right?
Damn.
And so I have a friend named Juan. He's not a big dude, but for a soccer player, I guess he's like considerably like, you know, all soccer players are pretty damn short.
Yeah.
He's like 5'10", maybe, like not too tall or anything like that, but just compared to them. So when he gets fouled, it's like the same thing like a big man in basketball. Like me, if I get fouled, I don't get to call shit because like, oh, you're a big man, you know, you can't call it. Same thing with him in soccer. Like when they hoe him, the refs don't call shit.
Oh, man.
So it's annoying for him, and I like kind of feel for him because I'm on the sideline. Like, what the fuck? Like they just tripped his ass up nasty.
Yeah.
And there was one where he was about to score a goal, and this guy, this dude, he was huge. He was like probably like 6'2", 6'3", and he was like trying to catch up to him, and he couldn't beat him out. And like Juan had like an easy, like almost, you know, goal right there, and he tripped him up. Like he just stuck his foot out and tripped him from behind, and then Juan fell, and then he called shit.
He was already like in the box.
He was already in the box and everything. Then he called shit, and I was
That's
like,
a red card.
and I was like, yeah, exactly. I'm just like, what the? Like, if there's any foul to call, that's the biggest one.
Yeah.
And so Juan got up, he got mad, and Juan literally, if anyone knows Juan, his saying is, "Bro, I don't care. I'll swing on him." Like that's literally his saying. Like I've known this guy for 5 years. I've never seen him swing on anybody. Yeah. So I'm always like, I mean, is he just talking like that? You know? But I was like, hey, fuck it. Like Juan's about it. Like you know.
Yeah.
And then I was like, damn, bro. Like they're about to fight, and they're like, everyone on the sidelines that has been going to the games. They're like, damn, Juan's about to get another fight. I was like, what do you mean another fight? Like last year, he busted some guy's lip open because he pushed on. They had like a teammate who was a youngin. He was like 15 years old, or something like that. And then some big guy pushed him, and Juan like he's like, hey bro, if you want to push him, push me too. And then Juan busted his lip open and got on top of him. And I was like, damn, Juan about it. I was like, he really about that life. And then this guy was huge, bro. And then so they started going at it, and then. Juan was like, what's up then? And they started holding Juan back, and Juan was like kind of fighting. He wanted to fight, and the guy, like when he was coming at him, he was like kind of like going away, and then they finally got Juan back, and he was like, yeah, what's up then? Put it up. And then I was like, nah. And I was like, bro.
Ain't tell the refs nothing?
And I mean, the refs were just, I mean, they're like not official. I mean, they're official, but like they get paid to stand there. So it's like, why would they? They're gonna get paid regardless, so they don't give a fuck. And so I was like, damn, bro, I'm ready. I was like kind of ready to go in. I was like, it's going to take me a minute to get where y'all at.
Juggernaut run.
But then the thing that pissed me off, they were way on the other side of the field. So I was like, I'm going to have to run a couple minutes.
It's like, hey, bro, y'all come over here.
Yeah, man, fight over here. But I was kind of ready to, like, you know, like get up and go. Yeah. But I was worried that if a fight did break out and then I like got up to go, that the whole sideline was going to come too. So I was like, should I run the risk of me going in?
They start coming at you.
Right, just me. Fuck it.
We need to stop.
Joe versus the whole soccer team. Hey, I remember you told me that story where they try to jump you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when I was a kid.
You told that on podcast?
Nah, I haven't yet.
So?
Yeah. Go in on your stories, Joe.
Give me a little taste of you, Joe.
No, I mean, as a kid, like... I always got bullied because I was so big. Not bullied, but people always like to test me, you know? Yeah. So I'm not that personality to where I think
they like to test your gangster?
Yeah, they just want to, like, I don't know, I guess they just want to, like, go up to the biggest guy and try to beat him up or some shit. But I was never that kind of guy that, like, I was asserting my dominance or whatever the fuck it was. But people like to test me, and I was like, well, if I get pushed, then fuck it, you know? So I remember one time, I used to hang out with, like, I guess hood guys, and... So they were beefing with another like gang or some shit, you know, bullshit ass gang that's in elementary school. Yeah. And they were beefing with them, and I went to the restroom. They caught me like slacking or whatever. So I was peeing, and they pulled up behind me. It was 3 of them. They tried jumping me, and then the first guy, like I just kind of like pushed him into the stall. And he like went flying through the door. The other guy just threw him, and then I swung on one of them, and then they were like I could see them like just getting up like, and I ran because I was like, you know, like that's my exit. I don't gotta stay here, so I took off. And then they tried jumping us after that too, but same shit happened. And then we ran back home, and then their older brothers, like I think they were mad at us for beating up their little brothers and shit. And their brothers was in the gang. That's why they were claiming that gang, because their older brothers were in their shit.
Yeah.
So one day we were walking home from school, and when this fucking Suburban pulls up behind us and they start shooting, and we're like, what the fuck? And so my fat ass is running as fast as I can. God damn. And then I'm kind of keeping up with my friends, but not really at the same time, but I'm with them.
Yeah.
And so I'm just, my legs are moving. and they all jumped this fence, bro, like nothing. I was like, fuck. And I was like, damn, I gotta jump this fucking fence.
Joe just ran through the fence.
So instead of like jumping over it, like how they did, like I grabbed the other side. Like I put my torso over the fence, and it didn't have
okay.
It didn't have like the spikes on top. I mean, some were out. It was like an old fence, so some did have it and some didn't. So I just grabbed the other side of the fence and I like swung myself over, and then I landed on my back and I got up. I started running, and then there was a shed, and I got in the shed and I hid there for a couple hours. I think
a couple hours.
Yeah, because I was scared because like we all separated, and I was like, I don't want to go out, and they're there waiting for me. So I just waited there. I was chilling.
That's scary, man.
And then I look at my stomach, and I had like a little scratches here and there.
Look like from It.
Yeah, when they cut the H in them.
Ooh. Yeah,
I had a J and shit. But
damn, bro, you could have died that day.
I could have died any day of my life.
Damn.
Fucking.
Yeah, stories like that, Nick.
No.
You never got jumped.
No. Nobody fucking me.
they knew who you were.
And what about yourself? You getting in a fight?
I can't say, man. I can't say I have. Not like.
Oh,
that.
you say like I can't say.
I can't say I killed them.
I can't talk about it.
I can't say, or I have to kill y'all too.
Nah, not like that. Like to where like I'm getting jumped or something like that.
I got in a fight one time in gym. I was a 6th grader, and this guy like always bullied me. He was a big guy too, and he always fucked with me. I don't know why. Like you know how we used to be in lines and shit back then.
Yeah.
He would like step on the back of my Jordans and shit. Like
on your J's, bro?
On my J's, bro. And I would turn around, tell him something, and I was never physical like that, man. I didn't like pushing people to like their limits, because at the same time, like I don't know what they can do either.
Right.
Like I was always like, if I have to defend myself, I will. And then one time, I don't know what I did to him, or if anything, but he came up behind me and he like tapped me on my shoulder. I turn around and he just straight swings on me. He gets me clean on the chin.
Yeah.
But the funny part was like he got me on the chin. I looked at him and was like, bro, you fucked up. And so I swung him twice, and he started crying. And then so he hit the floor, because I hit him twice, and he hit the floor.
I'm Tyrone.
He's like on his knees, like in an Iron Man pose type deal. And then like he looks up at me, and I grab him by the head. I knee him.
Oh my god!
And then he's just on the floor, like crying and knocked out. And his nothing. Our teacher.
His nothing.
Yeah, I was like his our teacher. Was the gym teacher at the time. He like looked at I looked at him. That's the first thing I did when I like finished beating this dude's ass. and then like, he told me to just go, because he saw the whole thing.
It's because coach didn't want it.
The coach didn't want it. He was like,
I feel like when it comes to fights, like coaches are the coolest when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah,
compared
like,
to other teachers,
because they know kids deserve to get their ass beat.
Yeah. So I think he saw the whole thing where he like swung on me, and then I beat his ass. And I kept running my laps and shit. Like I was chilling.
Like just looking
just
around.
another day at work.
Like last podcast, I talked about how teachers like treated me like kind of like shit because of my size. When I would get in trouble, like it was like unfair, because they would always be like, bring my size into it. You think because you're big and bad that you can like do what you want, and it was like that for my whole life. It was like from elementary, middle school, even in high school.
That's annoying.
And it was very annoying my whole life. And then like my family knows me, and if you hang around me, you know me. Like I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a troublemaker at all. So it just didn't make sense to anyone. Like my mom, when I would get in trouble, it didn't make sense to her, like why it was like to the magnitude that it was. But it was my size. And in middle school, I remember I got in trouble with this lady. Like it was a bad day for me. I remember, and we had ID badges back then. Yeah. And mine was broken in half. And so you can only see like my student ID and then my face, but like the logo at the bottom was broken and the barcode was broken. But you can still see the ID badge number and then my face.
Like you can see who he was.
Like you can see who I was in my number. You just couldn't scan it, but we never scanned it unless it was for lunch. And so this lady, like, she was a fucking bitch. She just like she came at me like, she go get a new badge, blah blah. Like you have to go right now and go get one. Like I was just walking in the middle of the hallway going to class, and she like stopped me, and I was like, okay. Like I was like, all right, I'll go. And then so I went, and then she was like, wait, come back here. You didn't say yes, ma'am. And I was like, bro, like I was literally like down the hallway already, and she was screaming. And I was like, I'm not gonna go back there. Like I was like, I don't know. I was just trying to get where I was at. I remember I was pissed off. Yeah. And so I didn't say yes, ma'am, and I didn't say like I don't know. I was just pissed off already. So then I'm on my way down the stairs, and then another male teacher, he comes up behind me and grabs me by the shoulder, and he slammed me against the locker. And then he was like, you don't hear her talking to you, boy, and all this shit. And so she comes up to me, and they're kind of just like ganging up on me, I guess. And so she starts taking the ID off me, right? And it was like a rope lanyard. So it was like she was like she's short, bro. She was like 4'11". So she was trying to take it off me. She was doing this, and it was like burning my back of my neck. So I was like, hold up, let me give it to you. And so she wouldn't. She was trying to rip it off, and so I grab it from her hand, and I force it out her hand. I take it off. I'm like, here. And then so I take off, and I go down to like the office, and then the teacher tried grabbing me again. And then by that point, one of my coaches, he was like a security guard too, or hall marker kind of guy. He saw that, and he grabbed the other dude. He's like, hey, get off him. And he pushed him. And then he was like, you good? And I was like, yeah. And then so I got in trouble though for not having an ID. But like you don't get that physical with kids. Even though I'm big as shit.
Yeah.
I'm still a kid.
That was unprofessional.
Yeah.
I never really had to deal with that because I didn't get tall or anything until maybe 6th grade. Like, that's when I had, like, my big growth spurt.
Yeah.
Well, I was 6 foot in 7th grade.
By 7th grade, I was 6 foot.
Yeah, I was 6 foot. And then I had a growth spurt that summer to 8th. I was 6'3".
Mm-hmm.
And then my biggest growth spurt was probably from, like, 6 foot, 6'3". I hit, like, 3 inches in the summer.
I was probably about 6 foot by 7th grade, too.
There are some tall dudes.
Yeah, but I kept that at 6'3". I didn't keep growing like Joe.
Yeah.
Joe's, what are you, 6'6" now?
6'6" 3/4.
3/4?
I think something like that.
It's like when someone's short, they have 3/4. Not when you're 6'6".
It is.
It's like,
how tall are you, Jerson? You've always been
I'm
pretty
5'10".
tall, right?
I'm 5'10". I don't.
I'm 5'10".
dude,
I'm pretty average.
The fucking tallest
Nah.
people at Buc-ee's, man.
No, but he's tall for
He's tall for a normal person.
Latino. You always get these stereotypes.
Yeah,
that
I feel
Latinos
like
are short.
5'10's average height, but like for Hispanics, I think it's like usually like the average is a little shorter than.
I
5'10".
feel like for you, like being Hispanic, like, and a lot of shit you do is like out of the ordinary.
What do you mean?
As far as like other like Hispanics go, like they judge you for, like being
like being vegetarian.
Yeah,
yeah.
like you
It is kind of interesting being vegetarian and being Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
There's one of my friends was talking about how she didn't know that there was a lot of what's the word, like prejudice versus vegetarians.
Mm-hmm.
And like I had never really thought about it much.
Yeah.
Until like she mentioned that, and I'm like, you know what? Now that you say that, it's kind of true. So like being vegetarian, not just being vegetarian and also being like vegetarian minority, like there's things that you have to kind of put up with all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like teasing. Usually the teasing comes from other dudes. Like I've never been teased by chicks for being vegetarian. Like if I have, it's been like small cases.
Yeah.
But it's always like dudes, like it somehow makes you less manly, like not eating meat.
Mm-hmm.
And they're always throwing that in my face. And like in the past, I've never cared about it. But I guess after so many years of hearing it, like it's gotten to the point where I'm like, all right, like
yeah,
like I don't try to put up with it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have to be really, really cool for me to like take your shit.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm not cool with you or like I don't know you, like I'm just gonna call you out on that shit, you know?
Yeah, like me, I talk shit all the time.
Yeah, like it's it's something that it's never bothered me until like now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like now it's gotten to the point where like, all right, you're kind of annoying. Like you bring it up all the time. Like like it's cool. Like I don't eat meat.
Especially if it's like someone you're not cool with like at all.
Yeah.
I remember I was talking to you about eating meat and like what's one thing that like because you've ate meat before.
Yeah.
And it's not that like you won't eat the meat because the animal is mainly because like you're just accustomed to eating.
And you don't like the taste, right, or something.
Vegetables and shit.
Yeah, it's more so I was raised vegetarian, so I don't really have that like taste for meat. So when I eat it, like I can definitely tell the difference between that and what I usually eat.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't really like how it tastes, and then at this point it's also like a mental thing to where like I know I'm eating meat and it like fucks with me and mentally where I'm like, oh dude, I'm eating like dead animal and it's really chewy and like I can taste it and I'm like like I don't want it at this point.
You said that your one exception would be like some badass barbecue, right?
I would definitely be inclined to try like
or it's like something like fucking Gordon Ramsay,
like a Franklin's or like some type of like
I was saying Franklin's because I want to organize something where I go to like Austin for the night. Like I take off like at like 11 at the night, so it's not too late. Yeah, and get there by about like 2 o'clock, and then camp out for the night, and then get some brisket.
Let's go for like your birthday month. I mean, not too far. Let's go before then.
Yeah, we can go before then.
Yeah,
I'm down.
It's literally like it takes no time to do that. You know, we'll be back by the morning. Yeah, we'll be tired as shit, but I feel like we do that anyway.
Let's do that next month.
We can do whenever. I don't know now because it's gonna get cold as fuck. So camping out when it's cold as fuck, you're gonna be camping out for 10, 12 hours in the chair.
Look, Jerson's a seasoned camper.
But we're
just
in lawn chairs, right?
I could just fall asleep, bro. It'll be too early.
He's like, I don't care. I'll be
just take somebody else to talk to. What was I gonna say? Oh, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. Going back to what I was just talking about, it's definitely a lot easier being vegetarian now than it was like 10, 15 years ago, though, because there's a lot of all the restaurants are now incorporating vegetarian and vegan options, especially vegan options. like Beyond Meat blew up and like it's everywhere now. Carl's Jr.,
The
Burger
Alamo has
King,
it too.
Alamo. Just
Pluckers.
recently at Taco Cabana, I saw a commercial that
Oh,
they have
shit.
some Beyond Meat items. So like that's, yeah. Just yesterday, I was at the Dallas Farmers Market. There's this this guy. He goes, his little stand's called Bam's Vegan.
Mm-hmm.
He's like there's a black dude that makes like vegan soul food and stuff like that.
Nice.
So
Okay.
that was really tasty.
So
I went
it
to
was
try
like
it.
actually like pretty good.
Yeah, like he was selling these wraps
Mhm.
yesterday. They look like those crunch wraps from Taco Bell.
Okay.
But he was stuffing them with like vegan mac and cheese, like some
Dang.
cauliflower stuff, some greens,
Sounds good.
special sauces. It was really, really good. There was a huge line, and he basically he always gets a big line every weekend, and then
Mhm.
he'll sell until he sells out of his stuff.
Nice.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounded so good.
I think my favorite
Yeah.
my favorite vegan thing to eat is buffalo cauliflower.
Yeah, that's still so good, man. I had some yesterday.
Nah, dude, you need to try mine.
I have tried yours.
Have you?
Yeah,
Literally,
here,
like-
here in this room.
Like many times already, I think.
Once in this
Okay,
room.
once.
I don't
I
remember.
helped you make them. Remember?
I don't remember.
No way,
At all.
Bro, he doesn't remember shit ever.
bro. We
No,
were
yeah.
in there and we made the fried avocado and the fried cauliflower.
He don't remember. He don't look at his face.
You were showing me your technique with different gloves on each hand or some crap, like how you don't
The wet hand, dry
the
hand.
wet hand, dry hand thing.
Okay, I remember that.
Yeah, see there you
Because
go.
I was remembering the time we did it with David.
Yeah, that was different.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, we did it with him. I think Rody was here. Yeah, Rody was here. We were watching.
What were you watching?
We were watching a show, Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, Game of Thrones.
It was like for the third or second episode.
What was that?
Sergio was here for like a little bit.
Was that you
too.
knocking?
Yeah, that was me flicking the.
Why?
Yeah, I was like, it's loud as hell.
Oh, dude. So I have like kind of like a ghost story
Oh.
that happened yesterday
Really?
at my house.
All right,
So-
let's hear this.
Lightning.
So yesterday, I was leaving the house, heading out to the Cowboys game or whatever. No, to my friend's soccer game and then Cowboys game. And it was just me because my mom had just left and my sister went to work. So I was the only one. And they were washing clothes, right? And so you can hear the washing machine kind of the whole time
Yeah.
when you're in the hallway. And I heard it, but I heard it stop. Like, you know, the bell went off and everything. And I heard it stop and then the unlock. Because, you know, you can't open it when it's washing.
Mm-hmm.
So it unlocked and everything. And so I was going to put the wet shit in the dryer before I left. And so I started walking and I hear like knocking. Like someone knocking.
Like loud ass knocking.
But on like metal. So if it was someone knocking on the washing
so it's
machine.
like a ringing type shit.
No, it was like knocks, like just straight like, and then stopped. And I was just like, the fuck? That was weird. Cause I clearly heard the washing machine stop and then the dryer wasn't on.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, that was kind of weird. I was like, wow, whatever. I'll let them do it. And so so I grab my cooler again, and the second I turn away, I hear the knocking again. I'm just like, is someone fucking in here? That was my first thought.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, I dropped the cooler. And I'm like, I call my dog Molly because she freaks out
Okay.
and she'll run around the house.
Mhm.
And so I'd rather her run around and like, you know, what if she catches something and I'll go.
Yeah.
So I call her. I'm like, hey. And so she goes to the kitchen. She didn't fucking go to the back. And I was like, all right, whatever. So I'm like, who's here? And I'm like, I start looking around, bro. And nothing. And I'm like, I look up this. We have these random steps that go to the attic.
Yeah.
I look up those. I'm like, shit. I was like, bro, if they here, they're finna get their ass whooped. Like, I swear. I swear.
Joe's
So,
about it.
so then I was like, I look around and I'm like looking at my corners. That's what I'm focused on the most. Like, you know, something popping out at me.
Check your corners.
And then so I'm like, nah, no one's here. And then Molly like cleared out the other kitchen. She's like my Rottweiler. She's like my German Shepherd.
Yeah, she barks
Um,
at people and shit too.
Yeah, but she barks a lot, and like she's about it. You know, she start
Yeah.
biting people. If you're not supposed to be in my house, she'll bite you.
Oh wow. Okay.
So she's about it. You know, so I trust her. So I'm looking around and shit. I'm like, all right, but no one's here. Whatever. I freaked myself out,
yeah.
and so I'm like, whatever. So I head out to the door, and I hear the knocking like 3 more times. And I'm just like, well, I'm gonna go. So I grabbed my shit and then I dipped and I locked the door. I'm like, well, Molly, you're dead.
I feel like the ghost is like, fuck, you didn't stay. You didn't check it out
And I
more.
was like, nope.
You would make a shitty scary movie actor.
He's like, nope, I'm
The
leaving.
movie's over.
Yeah,
I'm leaving. And then
I'm moving.
I texted my sister. I was like, hey, could you get your hands on some holy water for me?
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
did.
I texted her, and then I was like, I want to be prepared, bro.
Bro, why don't you just tell my parents to go over?
And then I told her, I was like, can you give me some? She's like, I don't think the church just sells holy water. And I was like, well, do they give it out? You know, like is it something they give? And then she's like, no, they sell Bibles. And I was like, you know, she's like, oh no, let me ask. So they're like, oh yeah, they sell oil. I was like, bet. And
Holy oil?
Holy oil.
That's what they use.
And then so I was like, bet. And so she's like, oh, now you have I asked her if she can get it for me. She's like, no, you have an excuse to go get it now.
Oh my God.
I was like, all right, whatever, I'll just die.
Dude, just tell my parents to go bless the place.
Nah, I don't want to freak them out. I'm gonna be dead. I don't want to freak them out.
You're like levitating in the middle of the hallway.
I'm good, guys. Don't worry about me.
No, I'm fine. Don't worry.
I'm just, hey, bro. I don't need them to come out. I'll just get Juan. He swing on the ghost.
Oh, you're right. He's about.
He's about the life.
That stuff's creepy, man.
Yeah, I've had some experiences. I think I've already talked about them.
Yeah. What about you? You've had a couple. We freaked each other out.
You freaked each other out.
Yeah, because we traded stories.
I've only really had one that
One like good
I can
one.
one good one you could say, because I haven't seen anything with my own two eyes that I can say like, oh, I saw this, because I know a lot of people that say they've seen things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like whether it's something like your friend on the last couple podcasts, he said like he saw like La Llorona or something.
Yeah.
I've had other friends that say that they've seen actual like stuff like
Mm-hmm.
maybe like in I don't know, you know, they've seen things. But me, the only thing I've experienced that was like the most was hearing like all right, so I was in bed, right, and in my house, my parents' room is across the hallway from mine, and my mom has one of those shoe racks on the door that makes the door heavier than it should be, right? So like it takes more than wind to just close it. Like you have to like actually like slam it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I woke up in the morning, and it's when you're like half asleep, half awake. You're debating on getting up already or not.
Oh, yeah,
you're just chilling in bed. And my mom was in the kitchen with I think it was my dad or with some other people, maybe some family. My parents are very religious, so they were doing like a little morning devotional type thing, just reading the Bible or something like that. So then I'm in bed, and then I hear the door slam across the hallway, like really loud, like somebody just like slammed it. And I'm like, I didn't think anything of it. You know, people slam doors all the time. So then I finally ended up getting up, and I went to the kitchen, and they were all there. Like, my mom asked me, like, hey, did you slam that door right now? And I'm like, no, I thought you guys did. And then they're like, no, like, we thought you did. And I was like, what?
Like, huh?
Oh, that's just Justin over there. Slamming doors, like always.
And then, like, obviously my mom, like, said it's like, oh, it's probably, like, demons or some devil shit.
Oh, it wasn't you? It was obviously demons.
Bro,
we get those all the time.
That's exactly what my parents said.
Bro, I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then they just like we can just pray. And I'm like, I guess. But
dude, that's exactly what my parents said. Like we'll tell something. It's like, I was probably a ghost or something. He's like, huh? That's not what I want to hear. Like, keep it to yourself.
Has like praying like for you guys ever actually worked? Like,
me personally, bro, I don't know, man. Like, I try to think when I was a kid that it did work, but
but like that you can remember, not that like, oh, like a far-fetched thing, like you know for a fact it worked that one time.
I mean, I feel like it helps whenever I'm taking like a fat ass shit and it won't come out, and I'm like, God, please just let this come, bro.
Watch, I hope a demon gets your
so
ass.
Maybe the only time,
bro, you know, demons coming in this house.
I think it helped me one time, like.
I'm
prayed,
just telling you, Joe.
Because I got sleep paralysis once.
Yeah.
And it was I've gotten sleep paralysis a handful of times. It's happened to me multiple times, but this one time I remember it happened to me, and it was very like the room felt really, really dark, like darker than just black. Like it just felt like darkness come over the room.
Yeah.
And like I was facing like the wall or something, and I literally felt like there was like a presence in the room. I didn't see anything, I just felt it. And then that's when I, like, for the first time in a long ass time, I was just like, I just prayed a little bit, and then it kind of like went away. So I was wondering.
So it worked basically.
Yeah, I guess it could work. It worked that one time, but like I don't know. In the past, when I've gotten sleep paralysis, usually what works better is like breathing techniques and just relaxing my body in general.
So you're thinking like the praying could just be like a mental thing?
Yeah.
Not necessarily that it worked because of.
It probably had like a placebo effect on my mind that made me let me relax a little bit.
Sleep paralysis is just in your mind.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the scientific explanation. The church's explanation would be that it's like a demon haunting you,
or like a demon sitting on your chest.
Yeah, type shit.
I think the scientific explanation is one of those things where like you wake up but your body's still asleep.
Yeah, you're in REM
sleep. It's that REM shit.
Your body's still asleep, so you can't really move it.
I remember the only time that it worked for me. I don't know what happened, but I was playing like one of my games. I don't know what game I was playing, but I was online.
The fake Xbox.
No, not the fake Xbox. It was a PS4. And anyway, I was playing the game, and I don't know. Like I was like, all right, I'm gonna get off. Like I don't know. I just got off. I didn't feel good anymore.
Yeah.
To play, so I got off, and I just got depressed, like out of nowhere. Like something hit me. I don't know what it was. Like
same. I
was just sad as shit, and I was like, man, I'm just going to bed. But, I don't even want to stay up anymore. So I as I was like trying to go to bed, I started crying, like out of nowhere.
Okay.
Like uncontrollably, like tears were coming out my eyes.
I feel that.
And I don't know what it was because I knew I was crying, but I don't know what for.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing had happened to me that day. Nothing crazy. Like, it just... I don't know if it was just built up shit out of nowhere. It just came out.
Yeah.
And I couldn't stop crying. And I was like, fuck. And I started crying loud. And I don't cry, like, at all ever. So I'm not a pussy, bro. Like, for real. But point is, like, I don't like to cry, and I don't cry.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, I don't want my mom or my sister to hear me crying because they're going to think something's wrong. And, like, I don't even know what the fuck is going on. So then, like, I kind of like tried like going under like a pillow or something, like to like kind of hold in like the
drowning your tears,
my sorrows and my tears. But
I think we had the same experience.
But I started praying, bro. Like
yeah.
just I was I don't know what's going on, and I was, like literally the second I started praying, like I zoned out into like I don't remember what happened, but I remember I zoned out and I like kind of came back to my senses, and I was like I wasn't crying anymore, and like a couple minutes had passed, like 10 minutes, but it felt like seconds.
Damn,
so that's probably like that's when I realized, okay, maybe that's when I had my doubts about God, or if I believed in a God, and I still I to this day I believe in God. I just don't really believe in like the church system because there's so many church systems and rules that you have to follow. That everything's different, so I just don't know what to like agree upon and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's my only issue with it.
You just have to find whatever like you believe in.
And churches like to pick and choose what you can follow and what you can't. So I've never agreed with that aspect of it, but that's when I realized, okay, maybe this does work.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I feel like I've yet to
experience something like that.
But it's probably because like I've never had experience like sleep paralysis or any type of shit. Cause like my parents like do like the whole like holy oil on the walls and shit.
Well,
and they blow the Jafar and all that shit.
Now that I think about it,
and they pray over me all the time and everything.
Now that I think about it, it's kind of like what Fred was saying on that podcast. Because I remember during that time, it was in high school, and in high school, multiple times I went back to the church to get my baptism classes, right? So it would be like a 3-month course where you had to go to classes. It was like a 12 week thing.
When you're like more religious.
Exactly. And so I remember freshman year through like junior year, every year I would try it, but I would like drop out. And then so my junior year, I was going to classes. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna get it over with. And it was around that time that this happened. So I mean, it kind of makes sense in line with like shit attacking you when you're trying to like be more religious.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot of times too.
Yeah, I feel like stuff like that might happen to like my mom too, because she's super like always searching for God and whatever, and then like
shit seems to like go bad her way sometimes.
Yeah, or she'll like see things or hear things here and there, like kind of like
it makes
paranormal
sense.
type stuff.
If like the closer you get to God, the more like shit comes for you.
Well, yeah, it's the devil testing your shit.
Bitch ass Satan.
Nah, I don't know.
Punk ass Satan.
We can start floating and shit.
Start
whoa. Nah, hey bro, if Juan was here, bro,
hey bro,
you need to get Juan on the podcast, bro.
Oh, you should talk
I think
about that story.
Which one?
About him knocking that dude.
Knocking that dude?
Knocking that dude out.
Oh, I was like, knocking the dude? Who? What is this slang you're using here?
Lit.
That wasn't lit of you to say.
Fellow kids.
Hello, fellow kids.
Turn the hat backwards with the skateboard.
I don't know. Just pull out the closet. Someone hands it to me out of the closet.
It's funny.
What's it called?
I feel like we should just have someone in here to hand us shit.
No,
That'd be
fuck.
scary if some
Like
a
right
hand
now.
just popped up out of there and handed you something, bro.
Or like a clap or some shit.
They grab my hand.
I just walk out.
Well, okay.
All right,
See you guys
bro.
later.
Well, I'm trapped, bro. I can't really get out of here that fast. I'm like scooting out.
I would do to you what you did to your dog.
It's
I'd
like,
be like,
no,
well,
no,
Joe's dead.
Fucking. Boom.
You start throwing things to like not let me get out. Barry, no, you're like that movie. This Is the End. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah.
He's like, no, you're already in the hole. You're dead.
Yeah. I was like, no, I'm good.
No, help me out.
Hey, you can just knock this sturdy desk in front of Joe. He'll never get out.
We're done with that one.
It's a nice little desk.
Also? Hey, we're
Brand
sponsored by
deal.
Starbucks this week.
I just got Starbucks for the podcast,
Did you?
so I can flex it.
Did you literally get that?
No,
for
I
the
didn't. I was at Target
Why'd you get the shitty one?
because people don't know how to do their jobs.
Oh, they made it shitty?
No, they hired like this new chick, I
Mhm.
guess, and they're training her, and I was in line for like 5 minutes, but there was only one person in front of me.
Yeah.
So it was like, and they were there before. Like I could see those same people were in line when I was checking out at Target.
Oh, really?
So when I got there, I was still there for 5 minutes, and then I was like, okay, whatever.
Hmm.
And she was like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm new, blah, blah, blah. So I got my order. I just get a cold brew with honey. And so, okay, cold brew with honey. And then the other lady's like, oh, we don't have honey, but we have agave, which is the same fucking shit almost. So I was like,
Mhm.
whatever. And then so she starts putting the agave in the cup, and then she looks like, oh, we don't have cold brew. I was like, well,
What?
I already bought it, like, you know. I was like, you could have checked before or some shit.
Yeah.
So then she's like, oh, well, I can do this and this and this, and it might taste like kind of like it. And I was like, I mean, whatever, just do what you gotta do, I guess.
The fuck?
And that tasted weird, man. It just tastes like straight coffee beans.
It does. It's probably just coffee beans soaked in water.
Something, man. I
Give
don't
you that
know.
water.
It pissed me off.
Isn't that what coffee is?
No. It's
no.
no.
Well, cold brew is like a mixture of some other shit to make
Yeah,
it, make
yeah,
it a little
Jerson.
bit sweeter.
Fuck you.
Isn't that what
He explains the whole coffee process.
It's like that's coffee.
It's like, no, it's not. Shut up. My friend that used to work there. He'd always hook it up for us.
I remember. Well, I mean, twice for me.
Oh yeah, because you were only there twice.
Yeah.
That was good though.
Yeah, I started. Well, when I went to Target, I was I started vlogging, like I told you,
Mm.
and
Did you?
I haven't told you, but yeah, I started vlogging.
I did a little bit of vlogging myself over the weekend.
Did you?
Yeah.
What? Okay.
With your gimbal?
No, just with like
Jeez, gimbal.
attachments for my phone.
What are you vlogging? Like just
I went to a friend's house and just vlogged myself going into his house, and I hung out with one of my friends and his daughter. We went to Main Event.
Mm-hmm.
I
Whoa,
was just
are you David
recording all
Dobrik?
that. Who?
The guy we just showed.
Oh
you.
no.
The guy on the TV.
Nah.
Yeah,
I want to vlog too.
I started vlogging because I'm trying to like be a little healthier,
Mm-hmm.
and I know for a fact if I post this shit online and
People gonna hold you accountable.
And yeah, I can hold myself accountable, but the thing that like would embarrass me is like, oh yeah, guys, I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna do this, and then 6 months later I look the same. So it's
You get bigger.
I know, right? But I don't want that to be me.
I'll be commenting on that video too.
Hey, bro, you look the same, if not bigger. It's the camera, bro. You got a new camera.
Hey, bro, you use the same before picture for the after?
I went to the gym 6 months straight. Did you park outside? did you wait there? There's this chick. She's a YouTuber, and she started her journey or whatever like 3 years ago or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And she started like at 550, and she's like, dude, she's short too. She's like 5, like
Damn,
2 maybe, 500 pounds.
What?
So she's huge.
100 pounds for each foot.
For each foot, right?
God
And so she started her shit a couple years. No, I'm sorry. When she started, she was like 350. Now she's at 500.
Oh,
Her weight loss journey.
How did that happen?
So the thing is, she does like mukbangs and shit like that.
Okay, you can't.
Exactly. You can't do that when you're losing weight. And her defense was like, no, I eat healthy the whole week, and then this one time, and everyone's like, well, I mean, okay, yes, you can lose weight if you do that, but you're not doing that. You're probably eating more than you say you are, because like, you can eat healthy the whole week and have one shitty meal, like a mukbang or whatever, and still lose the weight relatively fast, especially at that size. Like you're eating like that every day, and just minimize it to one day.
Eating normal.
Yeah,
you
lose weight. Exactly. So, but she has like a lot of subscribers. I think she's like 500,000, and they still like they're like almost brainwashed because they like support her. Like, no, she's trying. Like, no, cut the shit. You know, you're not trying.
Yeah,
you're not trying.
You're not helping.
Yeah.
Joe, just lose weight the unhealthy way, and then get healthy.
Just do heroin, man.
Oh, dude.
Or methamphetamine.
Heroin does wonders for your weight.
For your love handles. Just inject the heroin straight into the fat.
Oh, my God.
No, you know what? I don't think I should be saying that.
Cut that out.
So, keep it in. But I didn't mean it.
I'll just cut the part where we say you didn't mean it.
Huh? You cut out the don't. Like, I mean it.
I mean.
Now you have a clear version of me saying I mean it.
Time to end Joe's life.
But
once your vlogs take off, I'm gonna release everything.
But I don't feel comfortable like recording myself in public at all.
Oh,
like,
dude.
You know, hey guys, I'm here at the gym.
Yeah, you know,
work out.
A lot of vloggers don't still.
Yeah,
it's definitely because you draw attention
too much.
Yeah.
If I like work out and I'm recording myself, it definitely have to be like a 24-hour like gym, and I go like at night.
But like, think about it, Joe. You're already 6'5". You already attract a lot of attention.
A lot of women.
All right, guys.
On that note, we're done. I don't like that joke. I could have gone along with it.
What?
Huh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Nah, yeah. Hopefully by this time, hopefully by my birthday, like I get like I don't really have a set weight in mind.
Yeah.
Just as long as I like look good, I guess. Yeah. So I could be like 3 something and still like look how I want to look. I wouldn't care.
How much is that surgery like to get the extra skin off?
It depends where you get it at. Like you would want to like. I've looked into it because that's like a fear of mine, I guess. Yeah. I'm gonna have loose skin regardless. Yeah. So looking into it, I saw like the best place to go is obviously California. Because they have like the world's best surgeons there, but it can go upwards of like $25,000 there.
Jesus. God damn.
If you go to other places like I think the cheapest I've seen it is $10,000. So that's not bad.
What about here in Texas? I mean, Texas has really good medical centers.
Yeah, I don't know about plastic surgery. I don't know. Shit, I might invest in that instead.
In what?
Lipo.
Oh, okay.
So, low.
Man, I can let you lose a lot more for a lot cheaper.
No, I'm not doing heroin.
I'll drop you off on an island in the middle of nowhere.
And do heroin.
Isn't it like if you eat nothing but coconuts, like let's say you're stuck on an island,
you probably die.
Coconuts, you'll die of dehydration.
Yeah, you'll die.
You'll probably die.
If you shit yourself.
Yeah, if you eat too many coconuts, you get diarrhea and shit.
What's your biggest like fear of like way to go? What's one way you do not want to go?
Oh, die?
I've thought about this actually.
Yeah, I thought about it too.
I forgot what's the word, but like in a wreck where it's like I'm like mangled and shit.
Oh, okay.
And I'm still alive, like suffering, like just sitting there. Like that's the worst way.
Suck. You? Me?
Yeah, you.
So I've experienced like half of that.
I'm not super claustrophobic, but I would hate going out to where like picture like a hole in the ground that's like your height.
Ooh.
Or maybe like a foot higher.
Yeah.
And they stick you. Oh crap! They stick you in that hole like head first.
Yeah.
To where like you can't move.
Oh.
And you're just stuck there. You're stuck there until you die.
That'd
so imagine
horrible.
like just like the feeling of not being able to move, not being able to pull yourself out.
There's a weird real quick. There's a weird Japanese like comic where like there was an earthquake and on this mountain it split in half.
Yeah.
And inside there was like human-sized holes. And when someone saw like their hole, they are like drawn to it. Like they got in, they crawled into it. It's like a creepypasta like Japanese comic. And on the other end, there's like all these like weird oblong like human shapes.
Yeah.
And, like that's how they come out. Yeah, like it keeps getting like tighter and tighter and tighter like the further you go.
The helplessness of being upside down,
Mm-hmm.
not being able to move my arms, not being able to get out, knowing that I'm gonna probably die. That would really, really.
What about
suck.
you, Joe?
Like it's kind of like being tortured to death, but it's like it's a way of like let's say if I get like someone basically imprisons me and holds me down, like ties me up basically, and so any type of torture method, like being held down and then slowly being put on fire, like that would suck the most.
Man, yeah.
I saw a video like with the cartel, what they do. There's this one video, like it's a little graphic, but it was a lot graphic. But they have this guy tied up, basically legs tied up. Oh no, his arms were tied up, and they were holding him down, and they had dogs on him, and they had the dog eating his genitalia.
Oh,
and
God.
the worst part was he had nothing, like from his belly button to his ass crack, nothing, like nothing left, just open skin.
What the
and
hell?
the dogs were eating at him like it was a treat. They're wagging their tails.
Yes.
It wasn't aggressive at all.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like, you know,
They're just eating.
that's usually what they eat, you know.
Yeah.
And the guy was just like kind of like moaning like in pain, and I was like, I don't want
the Ramsey method.
I don't want to go that way.
I'll throw it up right now.
No, I don't know. I that's like being tortured is basically
That
my
sounds
biggest.
horrible,
Yeah, tortured is definitely like high up on my list too.
Like
Ways
if
don't
I were to
want
get tortured, I would do anything I can to get killed like fast. So I would like come, you know, like bite someone's nose off or some shit so they get mad. Like, man, fuck you, boom. Oh yes,
Yeah.
kill me because I can't get out. I'm not gonna get out this fucking predicament that I'm in. Y'all got me
Dude,
already.
it's like Liam Neeson now. It's like Taken. We'll get you, Joe.
Nah.
No, hang in there. As long as you
Get
can.
tortured. Nah.
We'll save you.
If I don't have my genitalia, there's no more reason to live.
Dude, you get a new
Theon Greyjoy would be your new
dick.
name.
You get
king.
yeah, you can. People get new dicks all the time now.
You can get a bionic one, bro.
Dude, you get a bionic dick.
It's just like a RoboCop dick.
It's like, oh, what's that teenage robot show?
It's just like a flexing dick at all times. I'm just a superhero with like a robo dick. I'll save you and just rap someone. Let's go. That should be a comic. That's the new movie in the MCU.
Robo dick.
Robo dick.
Robo dick.
That's gonna replace Spider-Man.
JoJo's Robo dick.
It's replacing Spider-Man in the MCU.
Yeah, I just web sling through the hole. Just come.
Oh my god.
That's horrible.
God, dude.
But someone needs to get on that immediately, or I will.
I'll start on the comic.
Bet. Well, talking about speaking of robo dicks, I think that's where we should end this. All right, then. Well, y'all make sure to follow us on our Instagram, the Rest Area Podcast. Subscribe on YouTube, like it, share it, whatever you want to do with it.
All that good stuff.
Yeah, you can follow me on my personal account if you want. It's Joe the POTUS.
Mine's is Nico8.
And then I don't know if he cares to plug yours in.
Nah, I don't have anything.
All right, well, there we go.
All right, guys.
See y'all next week.
Thanks.